Action, excellent. Viewers watching. Here we go. It's coming. It's loading. Go live. Going live. Mate, we're live.
Awesome.
Welcome. Welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. Well, mate, you scare me there. Welcome back, everybody. We are live. Facebook took us down. We're back up on the YouTubes. Welcome to Southampton versus Liverpool live coverage from his place in somewhere in Australia and my place somewhere in Europe. Streaming over the internet. Current viewers 0, chat rate 0, playbacks none. We're literally talking to nobody. And we've lost the ability to put a poll in. That sucks. Oh, we've got a viewer. Hello, viewer. That is indeed a bit. No, you've gone again. And we're approaching half time, and Southampton have the ball over the back, and it's Che Adams. And if only Nathan Redmond had gone towards the ball there, something may have happened, but it didn't.
It has been a frantic last few minutes here with a number of harsh tackles going in on both sides. Mosa looks to be, he looks to have picked up a little bit of a knock there, but he's running freely enough now. Oh, no, he's definitely pulled up. There's something wrong. Mo Salah looks like he could be in trouble. Coming into halftime, though, I'm sure Klopp will just let it go, and we'll see how that pans. Wow, what a game.
What do you mean, what a game? It's 0-0. It's been awful.
It's unbelievable quality coming into this match that, I just can't take my eyes off it.
Well, you can, just turn your head to the left.
I just did, and then went back, and I feel as though I've missed,
Nothing.
Amounts of match.
Immense amount of match. Missed lots of match.
Indeed. Wonderful. Good stuff. All right. Now let's see what we've got here. Sorry, I'm trying to do a bit of a share here as well. I'm going to share it back. Should I? Do you reckon I should share it with my Southampton group again? Maybe it was
yes.
one of them
that took us down. No, it wasn't one of them. It was a person.
Oh, it was a person. God damn those people. Gah. All right, here we go. I'm going to share it again. You keep talking.
I will keep talking. YouTube is telling me that I'm not exporting in the optimal resolution, but YouTube can go tell someone else that, because I don't know how to fix it. And besides, it's just a picture of Egil Ostenstad. What does it matter? Liverpool looking to find that breakthrough before the end of the first half. Andy Robertson, Gigi, back to Milner. Nice concurrent little passes. Mane has scored a goal.
Oh, my goodness. This is just absolutely typical. Moments before half-time, it's just absolutely typical once again. Oh, dear.
Liverpool haven't really been on top of this game, and they've found themselves in front, though. Sadio Mane is an excellent player and really is quite underrated. And here he's got the ball at the top of the area and just whacked it in the corner, despite the close of attention of, let's count them here, 2 Southampton players, and Bednarek is the first to come out to him, and then Højbjerg's put in a pathetic challenge, to be fair, and it's flown in that top corner, and Klopp has given it the double fist pump. Adrian has gone running off to celebrate with his friends, and you have to say this is probably game over. Is there any point watching the second half?
It's a very good point. I will be hard, but also slightly sadistic Southampton fan. I will have to be watching the rest of this, unfortunately. And let's hope, who knows, maybe we'll get something else coming into the second half. But Virgil van Dijk there under a little bit of pressure, being able to head it back to Adrian. And it's looking very much like, yes, 1-0 going into halftime. Can't say that Liverpool deserved this, but it's also really it's just typical. They just weren't able to pick up Mane. A moment of class, and Mane has put it through. And there goes the halftime whistle. Southampton 0, Liverpool 1. Sadio Mane getting his goal against his former club.
The good news is that's now happened.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and it might not happen again.
What do you mean? I can just see a carbon copy of it happening again. It's very possible. The grass eater has come back to haunt us. Ah, dear. Well, after what seemed like a quite evenly matched game, I think Hasenhüttl will now come into his halftime team talk in a completely different frame of mind. They're going to have to take the game to Liverpool, and you can't help but think that's really going to fall into Liverpool's hands. There's every chance that Liverpool could run away with this 2-3-0 if Southampton don't do something early in the second half. Che Adams has been good.
Redmond's looked lively. Liverpool have really not had much of this game. They've been pressed and stressed, and it's not as if Southampton have had gilt-edged chances, but they've had a host of half chances. But you'd have to say now that Liverpool don't concede a lot of goals, and you have to feel for Southampton. That's probably the end of it. I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to the cricket in the second half.
Fair enough. You can do so, absolutely. Welcome, listeners, to Southampton versus Liverpool live. We are born offside. My name is Jason. My mate Dave is over there on the other side.
237 for 8.
Yes, thank you very much for that cricket update there. I'm sure that is thrilling for cricket lovers around the world. You may see that there's a wonderful picture of Egil Ostenstad. What a man. What a player for Southampton. We can always go back into the annals and reminisce a little bit for Southampton Football Club. Why not? Because quite frankly, at this moment in time, this game is not adhering to Southampton fans' lust and love. Southampton, going down 1-0 against Liverpool. Liverpool with the majority of the possession in the first half, 62% to 38 for Southampton. Shots pretty even, 5 for Liverpool and 6 for Southampton. On target, 2 for Liverpool, 1 for Southampton. But of course, the one that counted, Sadio Mane, with a wonderful move on the outside of the box, shifted it onto his right foot, shimmied once to have a shot, then got past Højbjerg and curled it into the left-hand side corner. Not really much of a chance for Angus Gunn, son of Brian, to do anything really with that. So half-time here is Southampton 0, Liverpool 1. You're just going to start reading out cricket scores, which hopefully, fingers crossed, will not be happening here on this match. Do leave us a comment if there's anything that you'd like to say, if there's anything that you'd like to participate and chat about. We're more than happy to read out and discuss. If there is anything that you would like to talk about in regards to this match or any other Premier League match, we're more than happy to discuss and chat about it. Those of you who are new to us, we are Born Offside. Do subscribe, come onto iTunes or Anchor or any of the other platforms that you get your podcasts for. Have a look for Born Offside. We've got plenty of material there in terms of the Premier League. But right now we are doing one of our very first, it's our second ever live stream. That after having streamed for the very first time earlier on today. For the early result, Arsenal 2, Burnley 1, Lacazette and Aubameyang with the goals. And Ashley Barnes. I think it was Ashley Barnes with the goal for Burnley as well. So commented on that. You can go over and we
Mate, take him around the grounds. What else is going on? Take us around the grounds.
Let's go around the grounds nice and quickly. We can indeed go around the grounds. As I said, the early kickoff was 2-1 for Arsenal. At Villa Park, Bournemouth maintained their 2-0 lead over Aston Villa. Goals from King from a penalty after 2 minutes and Wilson after 12 minutes. Taking the game to Aston Villa. Eddie Howe will certainly be extremely happy with that one. Brighton, sadly, they'd gone 1-0 up, but VAR came in and said no go for that one. It was an offside for Brighton, so still 0-0 at the Amex Stadium there. Everton find themselves 1-0 up against Watford. Watford continuing their bad start to the season. Bernard with the goal after 10 minutes for Everton up at Goodison Park. At Carrow Road, Norwich find themselves 1-0 up with a wonderful goal by Monsieur Pookie. Pookie now with 2 goals in 2 games. Fantastic. Good for you. And of course, the match that we're commentating on at this moment in time is Southampton 0, Liverpool 1. On the stroke of half-time, Sadio Mane turning a couple of defenders on the edge of the box and curling it into the left-hand side of Gunn. No chance for Gunn. The late kickoff this afternoon is at 5:30 from the Manchester City Tottenham match from the Etihad Stadium up blue side of Manchester. That, Dave, what can we say about that match?
If we get out of there without being tonked 5, I'll be happy.
Manchester City looking like they're really on fire at the moment, and not really the kind of team that you want to be
playing.
Really. So no, not at this moment in time. Gosh. Ugh. But yeah, rather you than me, certainly going up to the Etihad. Anyway. You're with us here. We're live. Southampton versus Liverpool. Do leave us a comment if you'd like to chat about anything in particular. We will continue with this
commentary.
Thank you.
After the half-time stuff has happened. Mate, are you a pie man? Do you have a pie at half-time?
Yeah, I'm not adverse to a pie. I'll venture on a pie, maybe even go for a sausage roll if that's on the cards. But a pie is always it's always nice, isn't it? Really. Do you eat the pie with a plastic fork?
No, hands. 2 of them.
Fair enough. Do you put any ketchup on it? Or any
No.
kind of sauce?
No. I'm not a sauce man in general.
Okay. Just leave the pie as it is. Love that gravy.
Oh, gravy. Is there a better sauce than gravy?
Not for a pie, there certainly isn't. But you wouldn't put gravy on, let's say, some cod, would you?
I don't know. I would.
No? Oh, okay. That may be something that you might want to delve into. But yeah, no, I'm a pie and a pint of beer at halftime type man. Yeah, I'm up for that.
All right.
Yeah, you?
I like in Barcelona games you get a bocadillo, a little sandwich with some jamon, and that and a beer is nice. What I don't like about your Continental Stadium is the sunflower seed eating, which is just a filthy habit. It's lots of seeds, and you have to kind of crack them and then eat them, and I can't say I like it.
Sunflower seeds. I can't say I've ever come across them.
No, not even in your childhood in Portugal.
No, I don't believe so. No, not. I mean, yeah, I know what they are, of course, but I just haven't not in a football aspect.
They sell them in huge bags at the Camp Nou, and yeah, people munching them.
Oh, there you go. Lovely.
Uh-huh.
Or not.
Well, not.
Whether you like them or not.
Yeah. Not.
Nutritional facts for sunflower seed. Per 100 grams, they pack the calories in there for 584 calories.
Oh,
Grams
wowzers.
per 100 grams. So there you go. It's quite a bit in there. You wouldn't have thought it, really, would you? But if you've got high cholesterol levels, they're very good. There's 0% cholesterol in sunflower seeds. So do go ahead and delve.
All right. There we go. Sunflower seeds.
Love it.
But I've got to say, I've got to prefer a bocadillo de jamón or indeed a pie. Can't go wrong with a pie. Classic choice pie.
Do you get pies out in Spain, though?
No. The closest thing you get to a pie is an empanada.
Empanada.
Which is like an Argentinian pie.
Gotta love a bit of that. Why not?
Why not? Indeed, mate. What have Southampton got to do to get back in this game, other than score a goal? Obviously.
Well, I mean, it is quite depressing as a Southampton fan when you look at it, because it's just very difficult for them to be able to. Outside of saying much of the same, I mean, they have endeavoured to try everything that they could to break through that Liverpool line, and Liverpool have been doing them some favours as well with some sloppy play out from the back. They probably just need that one lucky break where the ball might just fall for either Che or Nathan Redmond for them to be able to put it in the back of the net. But it's I think looking increasingly much more like Liverpool will catch Southampton on the break, possibly quite early in the second half. I'd say 50, 60 minutes, and then get another one just before the end of the match as well to end 3-0. And that would mean that Southampton would have lost their two first matches by 3 games to nil. The first time that has ever happened in my knowledgeable history there. So I can't really see it. It's going to be tough. But we live in hope, and that is what football brings us. Hope.
So what you've done there is just told me how you're going to lose.
Basically. I can't really see any other way that we could possibly win it. Can you? I mean...
Well, Adrian might make a mistake. And okay, that's 1 though. You need 2 to win it. Could make it. He can make another mistake.
I'd be happy with a draw. Yeah, he could. I'd be happy with a draw, to be totally honest with you. I really would. So, fingers crossed. If there could be a mistake, but I mean, it's sad to to think and believe that the only way that we'd be able to get back into a match is a mistake from the opposition, and it's been quite depressing, I think, as a Southampton fan, because the highs which were experienced 4 to 5 seasons ago under Koeman and Pochettino, they seem like a very, very long, distant memory now. Whereby, if it was 5 years ago, I would have been sitting here saying, there's every chance that we might be able to come back into a match, regardless of who it is. But nowadays, it's just it's not looking great, and I'm not entirely sure what Hasenhüttl has to do, but he certainly has to do something to shore up this team and get them playing a free-flowing, attacking style of football that is going to create chances for Southampton. If there aren't any chances, then we're not going to score. So, and again, outside of there being some kind of mistake from the opposition, either goalkeeper or defender, it's really difficult to see. I'm rubbing my eyes here. I'm not a big fan.
I'm not confident.
Right now. What would you say Southampton need to do to get back into this?
Hope, pray, perhaps do some kind of rain dance.
Rain dances are
good. Poison the Liverpool players' halftime Gatorade. That's an option.
Marys, there would be chances for them to be able to get into that dressing room. I wouldn't be. They should bug that dressing room at least and be able to listen to their halftime team talk, what they're saying. Although Klopp's probably just going rah 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 a lot. Mm-hmm. So there may not be much of a chance of being able to understand the coherence of or not of said Monsieur Le Klopp.
Oh my God, the football's starting again. Thank God for that. We were running out of material.
Mate, and I hate to say this, I want to go and get a drink quickly.
Go quickly get a drink, and I'll talk about Sadio Mane and the stripe in his hair, and Virgil van Dijk in the Liverpool kit, which I like, but it's kind of like a pair of pajamas, and they've got a history of pajama-based kits. Here comes Che Adams with the indecipherable Chinese sponsor on his Southampton kit there. You have to say Under Armour have gone for a lot of different things with that kit. A button, a collar without a button, yet with a button, a lot of colours, some stripes, a band across the top. It's a little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing, you have to say at the same time. Ward-Prowse gets us back underway, plays it to the back to Yoshida, and there is an agricultural hoof up in the air, and it's gone out for a throw. A completely pointless stretch of time that none of us will get back again, but no one seems to care all that much about. Van Dijk clears the ball as it comes in towards the Liverpool back line, and we're on halfway with a Southampton throw. No, we're not. We're back up into Liverpool. It seems to be some kind of foul throw type play. Rion Bertrand, with his really quite piercing eyes, is on the ball. He's laid it into the feet of no one, and Bobby Firmino has benefited from Oxlade-Chamberlain's good work. Over the top to Sadio Mane it goes. Mane, quicker than everybody, wearing bright blue teal socks, lays it into the Scottish Andy Robertson, who tries to play it across and it's deflected. It will go out for a throw-in. Robertson wants the ball. Bednarek's hair is not moving. It's steadfast in that position. James Milner, still wearing a headband, hadn't taken that 15 minutes at half-time to do anything about it. Why don't you come on over? Valerie has got the ball, but he hasn't got the ball. Robertson has pushed him in the back. The ref has taken a big one on there in telling Andy Robertson he can't have the ball. Robertson is thinking about chinning him. He's still thinking about chinning him. He's thinking really hard about it. Mane has had to come in and take him away because he's identified that a chinning could happen. Mane wants to kick the ball. Valerie is going to kick the ball. The ref is talking him through the mechanics of kicking a ball. James Ward-Prowse is saying to the ref he's a professional footballer. He knows how to kick a ball. The ref seems unperturbed, and it's now dropped, and Valerie has it. That was a colossal waste of time. Down the line and out it goes. What an utter waste of everybody's lives.
That was so weird as well. That was so bizarre. It's almost like, and to top it all, they've actually given it straight back to Robertson.
Of all people. Virgil van Dijk restores order, lays it out to Andy Robertson on the left-hand side. The whitest fullback in the league looks back and plays it gently into the clutches of Virgil van Dijk, who hits it in the direction of Sadio Mane, but even he's not quick enough to get there before the long-limbed gun whacks it into St Mary's. The Rabbit Hutch stride, not looking best pleased at all. Andy Robertson lays it into the path of Sadio Mane, who loses out to, is that Che Adams or was that Valerie back at there?
Valerie. That was Valerie back there over on the right-hand side doing his job and hoofing it straight upfield, straight to Andy Robertson again, rekindling their relationship that has started to blossom a little bit, like the kind of relationship that you'd get on Tinder. Beautiful.
James Milner, still wearing a headband, lays it back to Virgil van Dijk. 3 names, none of them particularly good. Into Andy Robertson. Milner, into midfield. Bobby Firmino and his shiny, shiny teeth lays it off to, is that the Ox? It is the Ox.
That's the Ox.
Lays it out right to Trent Alexander. All 3 names can't get past the first man. Matip striding through, walking into the back of Romeo. Vestergaard is a bigger man. Somehow that's considered a foul. No one's quite sure why.
There is no way that is a free kick. Matip has gone in there, full guns blazing. He's just,
Well, yeah, it was a foul.
Upon replays, that possibly is a foul. Well, I think it's still 50-50 though. They both didn't go for the ball.
It was like double clumsy.
Yeah. Well, why does Southampton get penalised? Anyway, this has come.
You have to say this is probably match over now. One of Salah or Alexander-Arnold up over the wall into the back of the net. 2-0. Headphones off. Get ready for some live swearing. Here we go, ladies and gents. Who's your money on here? Alexander-Arnold is measuring out his steps very precisely, but Salah seems to think that he's good at set pieces ever since he got his home back.
Salah, I would be counting on Salah for this one. Referee.
It suits the left foot. It suits the left foot. Salah, here it comes straight into the wall. Oh, Salah. Alexander-Arnold back over the top. Yoshida heads out from under the mouth. The ravenous jaws of a waiting Sadio Mane. He was going to bury that. He hates Southampton.
Out for a corner. He doesn't hate Southampton. Because Sadio Mane is one of the only ones who we believe anyway still doesn't hate Southampton very much. Virgil van Dijk, however, he's coming up for this corner. He is one who has said that he hates it. Salah with the corner whips it into the mix. It's come out for
Milner.
James Milner, who's pulled it back out to to Salah, who's knocked it back in. Che Adams has knocked it out for another Liverpool corner. Salah now with the ball once again, knocking it short this time to the Ox. The Ox bringing it out to the left hand side where Andy Robertson hits it very, very deep. Vestergaard is in there to head it out again. It's pinball back in again. Vestergaard once again with another big header. James Milner back out to the left hand side. Can Sadio Mane get there on time? No, he can't. It's gone out for a goal kick for Southampton. Yes, Southampton are holding on here for dear life as much as they possibly can. They are doing everything they can to do so. And we have a penalty appeal at Villa Park. Aston Villa, it's gone to VAR. We'll keep you up to date with that.
Here comes Mo Salah. Bobby Firmino crunching, vital tackling from, I think it's Bednarek. And his hair still hasn't moved. Gone to ground brilliantly to stop what looked like a pretty decent shooting chance for Bobby Firmino. Not a hair out of place.
Nope. Obviously done a good amount of work on that. Liverpool back on the attack again, but it's broken down, and the ball found itself with James Ward-Prowse in the centre.
It's gone over to Valerie.
Valerie with the ball straight back to defence. Bednarek out to Yoshida. Yoshida back to Bednarek again. Bednarek probably looking for a hoof here. Here it goes. A nice big hoof out to the left-hand side. It is way overcooked.
Too big.
Bertrand is not happy. That's gone out for a Liverpool throw.
Another look here at this opportunity for Bobby Firmino. Salah plays it into him, and Bednarek, that's a first-class tackle.
It's a great tackle.
First class. Well played, fella. Put that on your show reel. That's on your YouTube highlights.
But the hair stayed the same.
Redmond.
Ball out to
Voin Højbjerg. Oi, Højbjerg. Højbjerg.
Højbjerg gets a corner for Southampton. He took it away from Redmond. Looks like they're having a little bit of a discussion there as to who would have.
You can understand Redmond's frustration there because Højbjerg's had 2 shit shots.
He has. He just needed to knock it out of his feet and just knock it onto Redmond, who would have had a clean shot there. But Højbjerg wanted the glory for himself. It's gone out for a corner nonetheless. So here we go. Bertrand with the corner for Southampton. Runs up, takes it into the box. Adrian gets his thumbs to it, as you would. And here goes Liverpool on the counter-attack, but snuffed out by Romeo. Oh, Romeo. Southampton pick it up on the left-hand side with Che Adams. Che Adams doing very well to get past the Ox. Knocks it onto his right-hand side. Can he get across in? Yes, he can. He's crossed it in. Redmond's the only one there. It's overcooked it, and it's gone out for a corner. For a goal kick, sorry, for Liverpool.
Che Adams doing quite well. Seems to be adjusting his contact lens there. That could be a recipe for problems further down. The Hassley Hutchie Rabbit Hutch is not looking any happier, mate. He still looks dissatisfied.
He is not. Absolutely not. He's not happy with the... Well, I don't know what he's not happy with, because there's a lot to not be happy with, so he just has to put his finger on what exactly it is that he's not happy with, and he's probably not happy at the fact that rabbits keep getting out of his hutch. I should imagine that's probably number 1 on his priority.
Oh, Salah!
Ooh, Salah pulling pulling out the party tricks here. A little bit early to pull out party tricks, but he's done a beautiful little back heel into Trent, who couldn't quite control it, but it's gone out for a corner for Liverpool. Lovely control there and a lovely little touch. Mo Salah showing that if you're homeless, you can still play football.
He's a big shiny beacon of hope for everybody who has to sleep rough.
Corner coming in from Liverpool. This could be dangerous. Ball comes out to the left-hand side.
Oh, there was a back heel on that.
Oh, he's had a crack from the outside of the box with his weaker left foot, and it looks like it's taken a slight deflection, possibly off a. I thought it took it off the deflection.
No, Matip has attempted to back heel it in. It's going well wide, and Matip took it a little less wide. So he's reduced the wideness.
It's a good opportunity there. Mr. Gunn with the goal kick, but it's only gone as far as halfway line, and Salah finds himself in behind. It's a goal opportunity here, and Gunn has redeemed himself after that.
I feel like VAR would have pulled that back for offside, no?
No, I don't think so. I think he was just...
Oh, yeah, he's on.
Look at it now. They're having a look at it now, but it looks to me like he was just onside, and Salah put one away last week against Norwich in a not too dissimilar fashion as well, but just seemed to not be able to get enough lift to put it over Gunn there. And Liverpool have got a corner out of this, taken short. Out to Alexander-Arnold, who tries to chip it in, but Southampton clear. With the wall of Southampton defenders out the back there, they've cleared it all the way back to Adrian, who's hoofed it upfield. Milner's gone up for it.
Big thumping header from Vestergaard. Joel Matip is taller than you think, you know.
He's tall and he's dangly. Just like Vestergaard.
Dangly or gangly?
Let's go for dangly.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, just wanted to be sure.
A dangly damsel in distress. There we go, that's what he is. Milner, out to the right to Alexander-Arnold. Knocks it back. Liverpool with possession in their own half, looking to try and press to get the second goal over Southampton. They knocked it out to the right-hand side. Oh my goodness, it's all a bit much. We've got an opportunity
for Bobby Firmino.
Firmino, he's got it on. Southampton clear it. They're all at sea a little bit, really. Southampton, they've knocked it up front, hoping that Che Adams will be able to pick it up, but Che Adams... It's asking a lot of Che Adams to be able to get that ball back for them, and it's the ball finds itself back with Adrian once again.
Van Dijk lays it out left to the whitest fullback in the league, and Andy Robertson, who, how he will adjust to this warm weather, none of us are quite sure, but he's doing well so far. Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo, dancing around in the middle of St Mary's. Back to Yoshida, needs to release it. Bednarek, hoof. There we go. We've been waiting for it. There it comes. Over the top, Van Dijk. Nonchalant. He plays it back to the... Robertson. Van Dijk. Milner. Triangles. Patterns. Bobby Firmino through somebody's legs. Round the corner. Oh, the homeless was looking to find himself a bed for the night there in the back of the Southampton net. But he was denied by some kind of weird deflection.
And Southampton have a free kick in the centre circle. A foul by Gigi on JWP.
That looked somewhat harsh.
It did look somewhat harsh, actually. I thought they both went in for that pretty fair, and Gigi is trying to make his case to the ref, but the ref shrugs it off with a laugh. I think it's a bit offensive there, but there we go. That's what refs are like these days.
Bertrand.
With the ball out with Bertrand out on the left-hand side, but snuffed out
by the Ox.
And it was the Ox, but that has gone out for another throw-in for Southampton on the left-hand side. Bertrand with another bite.
Looks upset, Bertrand. Looks very upset. Looks like he's going to have a really good rant at someone when he gets back in the changing rooms. Looks dissatisfied. Looks like a man who was promised an ice cream who's not been given one.
Looks like a man who was promised a puppy at Christmas and, again, was not given one.
Or perhaps got a puppy, but it was like, I don't know, one of those pug things. And he was like, I don't want this.
I wanted a terrier.
Yeah.
didn't get his terrier. Wanted his terrier, didn't get his terrier. Monsieur Bertrand, that's okay, don't worry. Plenty more dogs in the sea.
Van Dijk
Not.
out wide. Trent Alexander-Arnold into the Ox, round the corner for Salah. Salah looking for a house, finding Andy Robertson. No, failing to find Andy Robertson. Now finding Andy Robertson. And it's the Ox straight into the midriff area of Romeo. That'll stop him having children. Back to the Ox. Ox with a flick, nonchalant again. Matip into Van Dijk, the composer, the orchestrator. Gigi. Milner, Liverpool flowing around, pressing down this left-hand side, inside to Bobby Firmino and his dazzly pearly whites. Mane cuts back inside, checks it back out to Alexander-Arnold, who's going to whip that ball into the back post. Looking for Robertson, Valerie gets in the way, throw in. Liverpool putting on the pressure, half an hour left to go here at St. Mary's.
Sad news coming from the Amex Stadium. West Ham have gone 1-0.
Oh.
It's not all good news. It's not all cherries and blossoms, I'm afraid. It really isn't in the Premier League, but that is the Premier League for you. Back to St. Mary's. It's Milner. Milner is doing what he does best, which is basically not very much, but he's kept possession, which is something that he does do very well. Van Dijk, nonchalant once again. Matip into the centre. It's the Ox. Back to Matip. Out to the right-hand side to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Tries to knock it in. Southampton clear it out. Not very convincingly. Højbjerg tries to get it out, but they lose possession once again. Liverpool once again in possession of the ball. Outside of the boot. Out to Milner. Milner out to Robertson. Robertson, not knowing exactly what to do, gives it back to Milner. Milner says, I don't know what to do with it either, gives it back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk says, I know what to do with it, and I'll give it to Matip. All back to Matip. Matip to Van Dijk once again. What's up with these blue socks that people seem to be wearing here at the moment? What's going on? They all have these blue socks. Van Dijk, Mane, some of the other people, they've all got blue socks. Can anyone answer that? If you can, then leave a comment.
I think they're supposed to be blue. There's just the odd individual who has them so low that you can't see the blue bit. I'm looking at you, Salah. I'm looking at you, Bobby Firmino. Salah on the turn, just freshly bathed, lays it out to Oxlade-Chamberlain. Trent Alexander-Arnold on the back stick, looking for Robertson. Robertson will control this, lay it back into the area again, out by Bednarek. Liverpool having no joy with this constant crossing option that they're finding, partly due to the fact that Southampton have three centre-backs. You would have thought that's not the one they want to go for. They should be having some shots. Just
would be wise, absolutely. And these crosses that are coming in, obviously, not only do they have three centre-backs that they have to contend with, but one of them is 2.5 metres tall.
And getting taller. Sadio Mane. Danger, 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 Mane. No. What's going on at Carrow Road, mate? Andy Robertson is...
Norwich 2-0 up. Norwich
Pookie?
2-0 up.
Pookie? More Pookie? Is it a Pookie double?
Not entirely sure. Actually, I saw Pookie celebrate.
Milner over the top.
Milner's gone. That's it. It is. Let's have a quick look. Norwich have done it. It is Pookie. Pookie. He's done it again. Gotta love it. And mate, news from the Amex. Brighton have equalised 1-1.
For real this time. For real this time, because you told...
There is no VIR checks. And he's done it. He's done the business. And Southampton have had a change.
Ings are making... Ings are looking up, mate.
Ings are looking up now that Romeo is off. Romeo. Romeo has come off and Ings has come on.
Is that a front three? That's a front three for Liverpool. Southampton are playing 3-4-3 now, are they not?
Lord, yes, they are. That's what you would be thinking, or it would be the old
Redmond, JWP.
5-2-3. So
you know me, JWP. That is the worst pass of all time.
Bednarek has just.
He's just Bednarek'd it. That's what he's done.
Bednarek has just he's just picked up the ball with no pressure whatsoever, and he's just spanked it into nobody. and tried to hit the corner flag with a ball that was just absolutely ridiculous, quite frankly. So Liverpool have got possession once again, as if they needed to just gift possession back. Well done, Bednarek. Liverpool on the attack. Ball through to Mane. He's in behind.
Bobby Firmino in the middle. Game over. No, he's missed it.
Firmino has missed it by, I would say, the enamels millimeter on his teeth is how much he has missed that by. Good
Golden,
Lord, that was
golden opportunity.
oh, lovely flowing move by Liverpool. Completely sliced the Southampton defence apart. Ball laid in by Mane on a silver platter. He opens his body up, and whenever people open their bodies up, I always just think of Dracula. So it's just not happened there for them. Bobby Firmino just not doing it for him.
Jurgen Klopp looks stunned. He can't believe that a man that shares a dentist with could have missed that opportunity.
But he did. He did. He shared the dentist, and then he lost that opportunity. Southampton go up the other side, the other half, and try to attack. Matip clears it for a Southampton throw right up next to the right-hand corner of Liverpool Football Club. Here we go. Southampton really need to do something about this. If there's a time at all, they've held on. I'm saying held on to the 1-0 because there have been some real chances here. Southampton really need to try and get a goal in here, see what they can do. Bednarek with the ball, tries to get it in behind. Redmond, Valerie, and Højbjerg with a lovely little
roulette
over there. Absolutely, starting to pick up the ball now, and this is what Southampton fans will be looking to see. Højbjerg.
Oh, Yoshida right into the arse of Bobby Firmino there.
Was right into the arse of Firmino. I'm sure Firmino thanked him. Yoshida out to the left-hand side. A lovely ball out to Bertrand. Bertrand with the chance to cross it in. Crosses it in. Straight into the hands of Adrian.
Virgil van Dijk looked very, very assured. Oh, JWP gets the ball. Redmond round the corner. Picked up by, is this Adams? No, it's Ings. He's going to slash it in. Oh! Ings over the bar.
Inches away from levelling up for Southampton. My goodness, heart in mouth time. He rode the challenge that slid in there. It fell onto his left foot. Wow.
Former Liverpool player, of course, Danny Ings.
Well, there you go. There's a change.
Reverse. He's flip reversed it.
Yeah, he's flip reversed it. Well done, Ingsy. Southampton.
Who's this? That's a lot of hair.
Armstrong is ready to come on, and it looks like Che Adams has. Yeah, that's Che Adams' number. He is off. He's done well, Che Adams up front there.
Worked hard.
This is a tricky winger. Southampton will probably want to see the introduction of Djenepo. I'm sure they would be quite excited to see that because he's come with a lot of promise, but still hasn't.
What is he promising?
He's promising dogs, frogs, and hogs.
Oh, Armstrong. Round the corner, Ings. Redmond. Oh, it's a terrible, terrible, terrible ball. What is Redmond doing applauding that? Don't applaud that. Like,
why are you encouraging failure?
Don't.
It's not going to help. It's not going to do it. It's just, yeah. What you being cute. Lovely stuff. Thank you. There's everybody who's tuning in.
All four of you.
All five of you. Listening into Southampton versus Liverpool. My name's Jason. That is Dave over there as well. We've lost another one.
I yawned that one off.
Back up to 5 though. Add up to 6. Oh, we can just do a running commentary of how many people come in. That'll keep people there. Southampton looking to try to win the ball back, and they do through Valerie. Valerie with the ball possession back to Gunn. A little bit risky, but Gunn managed.
Big hoof. Straight onto Van Dijk's head. Southampton are swarming over that Liverpool midfield. They seem to have made the decision that that's where Liverpool are vulnerable, and it's worked ever since Bobby Firmino put that one wide, yo.
That'll come to haunt them. Ball over the top by Højbjerg out to Redmond. Redmond picks it up on the wide right-hand side. He's got a trick up his sleeve to try and get past. He's got 3 Liverpool players swarming around him straight away. Vestergaard picks it up.
Vestergaard bends. Oh, what was that?
Gosh, Vestergaard almost with a perfect ball into the box. And surprised, I think, probably, well, millions of people who are watching this football match.
Certainly me.
The many, many millions. Van Dijk with the ball in his own box. Gives it back to Adrian. Adrian out to the right-hand side. So Southampton swarming all over them once again and getting the ball back, but deemed to be a free kick there. Ings not happy with the referee.
Not happy with Ings.
Not happy at all. Andre Mariner, not. I think he's probably got that right, to be honest. I think.
Last 20 minutes, Liverpool have looked. It looked as if that chance affected them. Like the missing of that chance, it seems to have brought their morale down a little. I felt like they felt that was the game. And oh, hang on, Mane is into Firmino. This probably is the game. He's ridden a couple of challenges and he's buried it. Oops, I have cursed the shit out of that. Sorry, everybody. Bobby Firmino makes up for his glaring miss earlier and is now taunting the Southampton fans by doing some kind of horse-based dance and turning his back on people. Disrespectful, playful, you decide. James Milner loves it.
Oh dear. Oh, Southampton 0, Liverpool 2. And such a shame, really, because this was a moment where Southampton really looked like they could have possibly got back into it, but a fatal mistake out there on the right side. Another defensive error for Southampton, gifting this one over to Mane, who knocked it into Firmino, and that is
poor play from Bednarek.
Oh dear.
Bobby Firmino makes up for his previous, really horrible miss, and seems to be getting some kind of pill. What's up? No, he's rejecting a pill. He's saying no to drugs. Good on you, Bobby Firmino. You are a role model. Oh, no, hang on a sec. Now he's taking the drugs. He's coming back. What is going on? It's definitely drugs.
Oh.
No. Bobby Firmino again is tempted by drugs and again says no. Kids out there, follow Bobby Firmino. Not only did he mentally recover from the disastrous miss by scoring a goal, he then had the wherewithal to say no to 2 offers from drugs from a Scouser.
I love it. You got to applaud, really, don't you? I mean, it's one heck of a moment. Very well done, Bobby. We applaud you down here at St Mary's because we all don't agree with it. There's a shot for Southampton, which is probably one of the first ones that they've had in quite a while, but it's straight down the throat of Adrian. That would have been their second shot on target.
Mate, lineups for the Man City Tottenham game are out. Do you want me to go through them, or do you want to cling on to hope?
There's really not much to cling on to over here at all.
Man City, Edison in goal. Walker, Otamendi, Laporte and Zinchenko across the back. Gundogan, Rodri, De Bruyne in midfield with Bernie Bush, Aguero and Sterling up front. Meanwhile, Eriksen returns to the Tottenham starting lineup, so it's Lloris in goal. Walker, Peters, Sanchez, Alderweireld and Rose across the back 4. Sissoko, Winks and Ndombele in the middle with Lamela, Eriksen and Kane up front. The Man City substitutes Bravo, Gabby Jesus, Davy Silva, Fernandinho, Mahrez, Cancelo and Foden. And on the Tottenham bench, Vertonghen, Dyer, Lo Celso, Gaza, Afro-American, Lucas Moura, Oliver Skip, and Ben Davies.
There he is. Beautiful. Lovely stuff. Meanwhile, at St Mary's, nothing's changed apart from the fact that the heavily bandaged James Milner is about to be substituted for Fabinho. Fabinho doing his complimentary gift to the skies routine before coming onto the pitch and jogging on and doing his thing. Meanwhile, Liverpool line up with a free kick. It is about 40 yards out on the right-hand side. And they will probably float this one over. It looks like the kind of shot that Trent Alexander-Arnold will be going for.
Mate,
as it's floating into the back post.
Great save from the gun, and mate, and I bring you the news that's going to cheer you up. Are you ready?
Shoot.
It's a Pookie hat trick. It's a Pookie is what it is.
Come on. Pookie's got a hat trick. What a gem. My goodness, that's 4 in 2. Oh, that's just magnificent. Magnificent news on an otherwise extremely dull and annoying day.
Aston Villa have pulled one back against Bournemouth as well, so it's 2-1 Bournemouth at Villa.
Oh, crikey. There was a suspicion of handball there. Liverpool asking for that, and it could have been a penalty. Fell seemingly into the lap of Højbjerg, who then cleared the ball out. Andre Mariner having nothing of it whatsoever. Throw in for Liverpool. Liverpool back on the front foot, trying to get back into it and trying to score a third, would you believe? Yeah, I would believe, actually. This is Liverpool at its worst. Or best.
I don't think they've played all that well. Southampton have been unlucky. You have to worry with Southampton. Where are the goals coming from? Where are the goals? I can't find any goals.
No, there certainly haven't been any goals, and they certainly don't look like there are going to be many goals. Che Adams was their big hope, but it hasn't come to fruition. Admittedly, not a great game against Burnley, obviously, under the circumstances, and against the European champions, Liverpool, they could probably be forgiven for not making as many chances as they might be able to against so-called lesser teams. But nonetheless, at St Mary's, you would expect at least a little bit more from Southampton, really.
I don't know if about expect. Hope.
Hope. Thank you. Yes.
Liverpool looking confident now. Oh, that's a fabulous save. Jason is losing the will to live. The ball was spread over to Andy Robertson, who deftly headed it round the corner for Mane, who backheeled it back to Robertson, who struck it, and I believe Gunn has got a hand on that, and he has, and it's a fabulous save.
It is. It was very, very close to a 3-0, and Southampton surviving by the skin of their necks, skin of their teeth. I can't even.
Who's this?
Oh, Gineppo. It's a bit too.
He looks a bit too happy, doesn't he?
He does. He's got a big smile on his face. Stop it. Musa Gineppo, number 12. He is.
Where's he coming from?
He's coming in from Standard Liège, or is it Bruges? Liège, I think. Standard Liège from Belgium. And speaking of Belgians,
Divock.
he's getting ready.
The man who was born to be his name said by a Scouser. Divock.
He loves it.
Divock.
Angus Gunn just smashed it up front, upfield, and
Robertson smashed it back.
Yeah, Nathan Redmond didn't even challenge Van Dijk, knowing full well that he was going to lose it.
Oh, Liverpool are back heels everywhere now.
My goodness, they're turning on the style now. Liverpool, the party tricks are coming out. It's party time, isn't it? Wouldn't you think?
Oh, that's a yellow. That's a yellow for the 3 named right back.
Lost the ball, lost possession in the centre of the park, and then committed a very, very cynical foul there when Southampton could have gone away on the counter. Gineppo, with his first touch on the ball, blatantly just held back there. Although it was a bit of a hand-hand thing, wasn't it?
It was a nice hold back. Mo Salah is back to look for a house. Divock Origi is on.
There he is, with his flaying hair. Off it goes. There's a lot of hair going on Divock that he has no control over. No control over whatsoever. Southampton with the ball, with possession at the halfway line. Liverpool sitting back now, pretty comfortable.
Origi.
Bednarek has had pretty much
a horrible game.
Yeah.
Oh, round the corner. Now, come on, Southampton. Let's make a game of this last 10 minutes. Oh, the closest Southampton have come, and it's that man, Joel Matip.
Joel Matip almost putting it into his own goal. That's where the goals are going to come from Southampton. It's
opposing defenders.
Opposing defenders. reliance on opposing defenders. That is the only way they're going to be able to do so. But Southampton now have a corner. I'm busting to go to the toilet over here, but I'm going to hold on for the next 10 minutes and test my bladder. Ward-Prowse with the corner, knocks it in.
Headed out.
Clearance, ball comes out to the edge of the box, and it's spanked.
High, and very, very wide.
I can't hold on to it. I'm afraid I'm going to have to
go. Go, P, mate. You're not missing much. I will go around the grands. All 7 of you wait while I unlock my iPad and go around the grands. Wales beat England in the rugby. The cricket is delicately poised, and currently, at time of speaking, Bournemouth are still 2-1 up away to Aston Villa. Brighton and West Ham remains deadlocked in 1-1. Everton are 1-0 up on Watford. Norwich, or should I say Timu Puki, are 3-0 up on Newcastle. And, of course, here at St Mary's, Liverpool are continuing their race for the title with Manchester City going top briefly before Manchester City get the opportunity to reply. Trent Alexander-Arnold with the ball. He's got it in his hands because he's about to take a throw-in. Little one to Bobby Firmino. Back to Alexander-Arnold. Comes back to the Ox. Lays it into Van Dijk. Van Dijk stops. Finds Matip. Back to Oxlade-Chamberlain. Matip. Going to look across to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk lasing it into Robertson. Switches the ball into midfield. Divock Origi lays it out right. Big switch of play into Sadio Mane. Firmino, he's going to release Mane on the return. Vestergaard will get there first, and it's a throw-in for Liverpool. 81 minutes played, 9 minutes left to go. Looking like a simple and easy win. Fabinho lays it across to Van Dijk, who gives it to Robertson. Divock Origi! It's Origi! Still Origi! Origi lays it back to Robertson. Looks around the corner. Gigi Wijnaldum headed back out. Origi! It's Origi! Divock Origi! God, it hurts doing that.
Dyke with the ball out to the back. Over to Matip. Matip pushing it over to the right-hand side. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Is he going to concoct another pass into the centre? Yes, he is. But Southampton clear it. Once again, last-ditch defending. Well, close to. Andy Robertson on the left-hand side. Brings it out to Divock Origi.
Divock!
On the left. Is he going to pump it into the box? He's going to lay it off to the edge where Redmond managed to get that ball back and launch a Southampton counter-attack. Redmond, but with very little support, has passed it through to Armstrong, who has not been able to get there. And Van Dijk knocked it back to Adrian.
Oh, goal! Adrian! Mate, what did I tell you? What was Southampton's way back into this game? Adrian. Former Liverpool player Danny Ings doesn't celebrate because he didn't really do anything. Adrian!
He's knocked it into Danny Ings, who's just he's in the right place at the right time, and that's it. Southampton have got one back. My goodness. Well.
That was horrendous.
Southampton now suddenly find themselves, and Adrian, my goodness, what was he doing?
Shit football.
Absolute howler. An absolute
howler. Mate.
Given
Southampton with their tails up surely now. Højbjerg dances past Fabinho in the middle. It's a different game. Bertrand dances, jiggles, doesn't go anywhere. Lays it back to Højbjerg. Over to the right, looks to spray it. Robertson heads it back into midfield, but it's Armstrong who takes possession of it. Redmond, he's got people out wide, goes for Armstrong. Van Dijk is in the way. The new player is just...
Gineppo. Yep.
Yeah, he's Gineppo'd it, and then he's fouled somebody.
He's done some scything, mate. He's come on, and as he got himself in the book, he has got himself booked minutes into his debut. My goodness, we're looking at another replay of what Adrian did. What was he thinking? He just knocked it straight into the boot of Ings, who gladly and gleefully took that. And wow, what a disaster for Adrian there. Southampton really must try and take advantage of this as best they possibly can. Pump shots at Adrian, do whatever they can. everything they possibly can to try and get it now. We've got 6 minutes on the clock of normal time left. Will Southampton be able to do something here against Liverpool? Ball back
With
with the Southampton defence. They pumped it over the top. Liverpool leading a charmed life, though. They've left it over to Redmond, who is offside.
Liverpool have 5 minutes of normal time left to hold out here. You would have thought this was a routine, straightforward, easy win. But Adrian, he thought otherwise. And he has gifted Southampton back into this match. JWP, you know me, 1, 2, 3, plays the ball off of Divock. Why don't you come over to me, Valerie? Because I've got the ball. Adrian is feeling the pain here.
Spitting mad.
Yeah. Spitting mad. Southampton laid it into Armstrong, who's lively since coming on. JWP rides a couple of tackles, looks for Armstrong, but just plays it into Andy Robertson. Van Dijk with a hoof clear. Liverpool getting a little bit sloppy. Valerie back to Bednarek. Distributes the ball across the Vestergaard, and he'll look for Bertrand. Bertrand with some space. Not really much going on ahead of him, though. Armstrong makes a break into the area now. Højbjerg lays it out right. Valerie, if he gets this right, we could be looking at 2-2. He gets it right, and then Ings gets it all kinds of wrong. All kinds of wrong. That is the...
My goodness.
Oh, do you know what? Valerie's offside, though. I don't think it would have counted. In the ball across, Valerie is offside. Ings has got that... I mean, he's got Ings to think about. And one of the...
a lot of things to think about. My goodness, a golden opportunity there for Southampton.
Platinum opportunity.
Okay, platinum because he was offside. So bronze opportunity there for Ings. And Ings really needs to think about some other things.
To be like fair to the situation, I don't want to say fair to Ings because no one should be fair to Ings there. But to be fair to the situation, I think Valerie was offside, and I think VAR would have ruled that out. However, it was still golden. Armstrong looking lively, coiffured hair, throw in on the right hand side. Klopp is angsty. Henderson has got his pajamas off. Valerie back into Ings, who's upset with himself. I'm upset with him. Højbjerg over the top. Armstrong is... Robertson has to dive spectacularly to stop that ball getting through. Mane back doing defending. Ox heading the ball up in the air to no one in particular. Højbjerg back in. Matip out. It's head tennis. Højbjerg up in the air. The ball was down briefly, but he thought, fuck that. No, Dnipro falls over himself like Bambi on ice.
Oh, 4.
4.5, I count that as.
Andrew Mariner laughs it off. Doesn't even stop play. Oh my goodness. Dnipro, interesting. Very interesting roly-poly there. He's done a Neymar, he really has.
He's still Neymaring it up.
Nobody is putting the ball out of play for Dnipro to get attention at all. They all think he's faking it, sadly. Let's have a look at the replay here. Mane has gone in. Oh, he has scythed him somewhat. But whether or not it was really, that much of a...
No,
Yes.
It's not worth complaining about, really. Like
no, it's definitely not worth complaining.
In fact, Mane's got the ball, hasn't he? I think first.
Oh, I didn't see the touch, but quite possibly he may have done. All right, well, let's see if Dnipro gets up. I've got a feeling he will.
I don't think he's going to die.
No, I don't think so. And that tackle wasn't endangering the life of anybody either, so I do have a feeling that he's all right. In the meantime, Liverpool are ringing the changes here, or at least they're ringing one more change. The Ox is off. He's played pretty well. Henderson is on. The captain of Liverpool is on, and he's geeing everybody up. But I wish he wouldn't. I wish he'd just stay quiet. That would be nice. Let's see. Oh my goodness. It's just something that is... It's written. Please. Somebody write it.
Somebody write something. Hasselhutch's trousers are very tight. Redmond protects the ball nicely from Matip. Could have been a free kick that, you felt.
He does get a free kick. He does get a free kick for it. And Redmond, he was on the floor. Oh, no, he doesn't. What? I thought he'd blown for a free kick, but he has not. Mariner has given a throw-in for Liverpool, much to the anger of Redmond, who does a really strange thing. He puts his finger into his mouth and starts sort of pretend writing something, as if to say, I can write. Very bizarre.
Matip holds up his long, beadly finger. Why don't you come on over? Valerie clears the ball up, looking for someone other than Van Dijk, but finding Van Dijk. Valerie hits it into Bednarek. That was Bednarek's best touch of the day. Angus Dunn lays the ball out left to Gineppo. Where's he going? Where is he going? What's he doing? He reminds me of Aspria, but with less drugs. Valerie, got to look for Armstrong. He's found Armstrong. Armstrong's got lively, coiffured hair. Valerie in the box, surely. No, it's going to Højbjerg. He'll put it in the box. Flicked on. No, it's Ings. Ings. Ugh.
Bit of a mess there, but Southampton get it back again. They're piling on the pressure. There's 4 minutes of added time. My goodness, Southampton are really starting to pile it on now. And
beautiful pass from Yoshida over to Gineppo. Oh, that is definitely a free kick. He's danced around Mane there, and you've got to be asking yourself the question, Liverpool, what is Mane doing our defending?
And it looks like Mane is going to go into the book here. That was definitely a free kick for sure. He's at least got one for there. Mane holds a finger up in the air saying, it was me, it was me.
No, he's saying left finger, right finger.
Right finger, left finger, right finger.
JWP with his old school black boots.
Very old school.
Very old school. 1 minute into the 4 minutes to be played.
This is it. This is the chance, I think. If
Adrian!
It doesn't happen now. Here we go. They got the ball. It's a mess.
Liverpool
clear it. My goodness, that was all hands on deck, and now they
awful play from Valerie, like the worst possible play. Thankfully, Yoshida comes in with some even worse play.
What is going on here? Liverpool find themselves in possession. They don't even know how. Southampton have just gifted it back to them, and now they have knocked it back. Fabinho all the way back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk all the way back out to Matip. Liverpool in control of this, and it's not looking good for Southampton at all. 2 minutes left of normal time. Armstrong looks like he gets a foot in there, but it's just gone back to Matip. Matip back out to Van Dijk once again.
Liverpool unable to play it back to their goalkeeper because their goalkeeper is Adrian.
But they've worked it all the way forward, and well, Firmino almost got in round the back there, but Gineppo, of all people, had to come in with a sliding tackle and has knocked it out for a Liverpool corner. And you would have to say that is probably curtains, really, for Southampton. Liverpool are not going to be in any rush whatsoever to take this corner now. There's 1.5 minutes left of extra time. The ball in the corner right in front of the Liverpool fans, which I still think is an absolute disgrace why all the away fans take up pretty much the whole stand there. But there we go. Mane finding himself in the corner now with Redmond, trying to trip past Redmond, gets past Redmond. Looked like a free kick to me, but it's not been given by Andre Mariner. Armstrong with the ball. Armstrong knocking it out to Redmond. Redmond knocks it over the top for Danny Ings. Almost got in round the back, but Liverpool fix it all up, and it is
1 minute left.
And 1 minute left. No pressure on Gigi. Robertson back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk to Matip. They're in no rush. There's just no pressure on them at all. Less than a minute now left. Got to be happening.
Gineppo.
All over. Could there be one last chance? Could there be?
Redmond is battled away for it. Won a throw in the Liverpool half.
Here we go. Vestergaard with the throw in. He's going to throw it into Gineppo. Gineppo controls it on his chest, brings it out to Redmond. Redmond back to Vestergaard. They've got to get this ball in. There's only 10 seconds left. The ball is eventually knocked into the box. Over to Valerie on the right-hand side. Can Valerie find a cross in? It knocks off the Liverpool defender, and it goes safely into Adrian's clutches.
And that should be that.
Will be that. Well, we have finished our stream on YouTube with 2 listeners, which I believe is probably you and me, Dave.
And that's it. Game over.
Game over. Klopp and the Hutch. The two of them embrace at the end. Mane with the goal that set Liverpool on their way, and Firmino with the second, making it 2-0. It's been
Horrible.
emotional. Yeah, let's put it that way. Well, this has been anything but vintage Liverpool for sure. They've been given a test, I think, by Southampton, but yeah, this is it's not great stuff for Southampton. They're going to need to rethink what is going on with them as well. I've been Jason. Dave.
I've been Dave, mostly.
You have been Dave, haven't you? Absolutely. Thank you very much for listening. Southampton 1, Liverpool 2. Liverpool march on 6 points from their first 2 matches. They are up top of the league with Arsenal at the moment. And
we're all off to watch Timo Puku's hat-trick.
We are, absolutely. I can't wait. Absolutely.
Bye, everybody. Cheers.
Bye.
Oh.